We came to this Qatar. As far as I can understand, the person who is leading that country is called Al-Thani or something like that. House of Thani. There we have again tan, the Danish word for a teeth. Tan, eye. It seems to they come from Qatar, this tribe. I have not set me so much into the country's history, but there were this connection with or similarity between Bahrain and Qatar. It was their flag, and we talk a lot about the royal and the purple color. Here we see the Danish Queen Margaret, Bahrain's king. Wish her congratulations. That was in a letter, but then they show a picture from in 11 where the queen were visiting Bahrain, and she gave the Bahrain leader some kind of an order, a royal order. It says it was a big cross. It's called Storkors, big cross or great cross. It seems to be a different kind of that kind of crosses, and it seems to many countries use it in different shapes. But I also have an idea that these orders are made, maybe many of them are made specially for this one person. I'm not sure they are exactly the same. Some of them maybe are, because they should symbolize something, but some I also think are very special made. But here we have the flags of Bahrain and Qatar. Bahrain have the more fresh blood red color, and Qatar has the more like dry color, dry blood color. It's very close to a color that is named maroon 5, I think, or maroon. No, a maroon color. And I know in Dubai there are some kind of festival that is called Maroon Festival. It's something with the horse race or camel race or something like that. But I think when we were also talking a little bit about abortion last time, maybe there could be something here with the fresh blood, the living blood, and the dead blood and the dry blood, life and death. And we know they were talking a lot about dead immigrants who died. They were not treated well. But we see the queen give this order here. I just noticed now she have a jewel with 3 rings and 3 pearls. It's on the public side of her. But here it mentions something with Bahrain. It's Bahrain who have 33 islands. So maybe on this blood drop we showed in the start of this, where it says 33, 15, 5, maybe that could symbolize the 33 islands in Bahrain, even though it was going on in Qatar. So I could have a suspicion it could symbolize something with die for money. But it was the moon we came from. It has many different kind of cycles. Full moon, new moon, getting smaller and getting bigger. And there we come into something with the Chinese New Year. Here I just want to show you, many say the moon is made of green cheese. We know green cheese is very often a cheese with some mold on it, and too old and rotten cheese. So maybe that could be something. If you're at the dark side of life, if you're living in the dark side of life, you'll end up to be a new rotten human. But here we see a picture of the moon where something has hit the eye, the public eye. So maybe it could be a symbol for that something is going on in the public, that people who live on the moon, dark side of life, cannot see, or maybe they've been hit by a bullet in their sight of the public. They have been brainwashed, and then they believe it's themselves. There's something wrong with, they can only see their private side of life. They cannot see and combine that it's actually the system, the public, who has hit you. So there are things you cannot see, and then you end up in this depressed situation, or you end up to be a rotten person and get sick, because there are things about what you put inside of you that you do not know. And there's something with the moon. Here it said it's there we have the 90. Several planets are going to align with will cause the Earth's moon to appear green or for about 90 minutes. So there we have the green cheese and the 90 minutes, and now we have 19 seconds in midnight on the doomsday clock. So could it be the 9 ring symbolism? Now you are very, very close to be totally rotten. So now you have to wake up. Now death are coming. And here I will mention again, in my case papers where I felt extremely haunted, I realized suddenly that they were put some rings, some ring signs in my papers. And the last paper I got before I simply stopped to contact the system, I got a letter with 9 rings, 3 small, 3 big, 3 small. So that could be a hint maybe to wake up, lady, or we know you have woken up. But then we come into Chinese New Year. They say the Chinese New Year start on the first dark moon in the year. And that fits fine with that China can be used to symbolize a half ring or something turned upside down. We say Chinese live on in the ground at the other side of the earth, at the other side. So I can see if there's symbolism for China that is symbolizing something bad with a person who then lives on the moon, a person which life has been turned upside down, turned from light into the dark. That's why the new year of the Chinese start on a dark moon. But it's Chinese New Year between the 22 and 23 of January this year. So it's not every year it's that date. It has something to do with when is the first dark moon. But this year the Chinese say we have just started the rabbit year. They have animals to symbolize every year. I think they have 12 different kind of animals, and this year it's the rabbit. And then they also say that in Vietnam, they have the same system, but they do not have the rabbit. They have a cat. So there we have the cat. And many have spoken about there will be something with the cat in the new year and something with attack towards the cat. Maybe a new cat disease, something they say. So there we have the Vietnam. There were a Vietnam War once. Yeah. There could be a lot of symbolism in that Vietnam War and family, the dark side of family life and family fights too, I think. But there are, here you see 23, but in this kind of astrology or what it is, there are not only one kind of rabbits, there are actually 5 different kinds. And with all the other animals' signs, there are also 5 different. And it has something to do when was you born and something with the water, the air, the light, the earth, and the ether, I think it's called. So it is combined to these 5 things also. So that's why there are 5 kinds of animals in every sign. So it depends over 5 different periods. Well, it can be, maybe there are only 2 years where people can end up to be born in the same animal sign then. And here I can say I am born in the goat year. I have not figured out what kind of goat, but it fits fine with that I feel I have been a targeted individual, and we see something is going on with the goat. There's been many things, and the pet goat cartoon we have talked about, many have talked about. It was also very popular for a period. If people want to help the poor in Africa, they could buy a goat to give them. So that could be a fine hint for that maybe if they target me as a citizen they didn't want in the Danish country, they have tried maybe to get me flee from the country, and I may admit I have tried, but I didn't want to do it if I didn't find a love I could move after. But that could be fine symbolism for that you could, if you could get rid of the people you do not like and send them to Africa to be coupled with some of the poor in Africa, then it would fit the world leaders very fine. Or maybe also the little detail that I have a suspicion about what is going on with the African people and love, that when there are more and more lonely people in the West, there could be a chance for the poor to get in touch with some money if they get an old partner who has a little money, and maybe there are none who can get it when they die. They could make the world more equal that way.